Hi guys, this is SDF Jeff and I'm going to take you through a little tutorial on how to do shadow mapping and baking. So this scene here is a render of a warehouse that I built, and if I look at it through the game engine it looks pretty bland. This is in multi-texture mode, and so to try and make it look better we have to bake the shadows and the ambient occlusion and whatever else we've put into the render. So to do that we have to add another UV layer. So if you head over to the object data, you'll see a UV maps. Call the one that already exists something like colors, and then create a new one called light map. This light map here can have a different UV map, so I can move those over there, but the colors one is still the same, and you can see the differences that change between them. So this light map we unwrap using the light map pack method, because that provides quite a nice clean pack where it uses the most of the texture space. So do that, get it to make a new image, probably about 1024, leave everything else as it is, and go make it. And you'll see you've got a brand new image. Now you've got to bake to it. So to do that, you go and you go down here to the bake, check that it's set to full render, and bake it. And then you wait for it to finish. You see stuff's happening over here. And of course, because I don't have GLSL, I don't have a good computer, and so it takes forever, but you just got to be patient. Right, and there we go. Now you can see that it's got the shadows here, and so then all we've got to do is go and update the texture to use this new baked image. This method works quite well for small objects where you have where you can fit all of the information for textures in one sheet, but quite often you would want to keep the colors and light maps separate. So then what you do is you bake it without the material attached, so you, again on full render, but you remove the material, and then you create just an ambient occlusion and shadow map. And this is going to take probably equally long. Right, there we go. So now we've got our two UV layers. One's got the colors and one's got the lights. And so now what we've got to do is we've got to mix them together in a new material in such a way that in game engine mode you have a fusion of the two. So go get back the material you had earlier. Presumably it had just one texture here. I'm going to call it color. Under the mapping, make sure that it's UV and set it to the color UV map. And now create another one called, I don't know, lighting or something equally normal. Set it to the image and set it to the one that you just baked. Under mapping, you want it to be UV and you want it to be the light map. And now we don't want it to overlay, which is what it does by default. So under influence we need to change it to soft light, and then in game engine mode we have both the textures for color and the textures for lighting. And that's a really crappy scene I just made. Oh well, good fun.